Clicked out of my Google Hangouts. Oh my goodness. Okay, good morning, guys. I went live and then I clicked out of it on accident. Okay, Katie's going to call in, True Crime Truth Finders. Yeah, Katie, I just seen your message. Yeah, I clicked on Hangouts and then clicked out of it on accident. I was going to turn on the camera in a minute. Thought we would start the video with a cigarette and coffee. Katie, I'm ready. Call in. Do you need me to send the link again? I can. I gotta find the chat. Okay, the invite sent. Now, let me find the chat. Call on in if you want. I like having a co-host. Let's see.
Hey, girl. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Hanging in there.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I gotta find the chat, girl.
I just pulled it up on my other one on my tablet.
Okay. It's showing me an ad. I'm gonna have to skip through this. It don't show me ads when I'm on my own account sometimes.
That's funny.
It does when I'm on Sunny's. Okay, let's see who's all in the chat. Lisa, shine on. Katie's here. Carolina girl. Hey everybody. How are y'all doing this morning? I wanted Katie to call in and talk with me about Maleah Davis. Someone sent me a screenshot and it had the time on it that Maleah was going into the house, and it said like 7:34 a.m. or something like that. So Brittany could have the last time she was seen going into the house, that picture where she's falling behind Darion, right? Okay, now what time did Brittany go to the airport? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I would like to know that as well. All right, so now that you have that, I want to see if I can find out.
Yeah, let me get out of the chat for a minute and go to my email, and I'll screenshot it and send it to you. I think on Google Hangouts here, it has screen share too, Katie. I just found that out.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, but I don't want to screen share right now because it might show everybody else's crap.
That's what I get afraid of. I'm like, I don't know what's on here.
Kim Smith sent me this. And I wouldn't say her last name, but I think it's her screen name anyways on YouTube. I mean, 7:54 a.m. is what the time is showing.
Huh. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, I just sent it to you in Messenger.
Cool. Okay, let me check it out.
It looks like someone has took a computer and typed the date and the time in.
For sure. Yeah. Let me see if I can find the actual. There was one. I could have swore I saw one that had an actual timestamp on it, but it was like in the very, very beginning, and I haven't seen it since. Let me see. Here we go. Okay.
Hey, bless, man.
This one's. Oh, wait. No, that can't be right. This one says it's 5:03. Yeah, that's not right. Okay.
It's like an hour drive, shine on, I think, right? From Brittany's house to the airport.
Okay, this There's a timestamp on the one where Darian is leaving with his son, and that's on 5/3 at 6:47. It's 18 hours, 47 minutes, and 35 seconds. So it'd be 6:47 p.m. Eastern time, their local time zone. But the one that they have of Darian and Maleah on the same page, it's NBC DFW. They don't have a timestamp on that one.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna keep looking.
We don't know what time her flight was, do we?
No, I don't know that either. I would like to find that out. That's one thing that I'd like to know, the picture time and the time that she actually left. You know what? I heard something weird is that I heard that like her flight wasn't until the afternoon or the evening. I don't know if this is just rumor or actual fact, but I heard it wasn't until later in the day, but she got there like 5 or 6 hours early. I know you need to get there early, but that's absurd, especially when you have 2 kids with this guy who's clearly a piece of shit. There's, pardon my French, but there's no other way to put it. Like, she knew what this guy was up to. And for her to, like, I would try to spend every waking moment at my house before I would have to leave. And that's just me, but she was apparently there for like 5 or 6 hours before her flight, is my understanding. And I don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
either.
hey, actually, you know what? I'm seeing this too. Okay, so on abcnews.com, I'm going to take a picture of this and I'm going to send it to you right where you sent it to me. Because I'm looking at it on my computer. But I'm going to take a picture of this. There's a timestamp on this photo that it says 7:54:03. That would be 7:54 in the morning on the 30th. And what I heard was that Brittany was not there yet. Brittany had not gotten to, if I remember correctly, Brittany had not gotten to the actual airport until like noon that day. All right, there.
So she was more than likely at the apartment the last time Maleah was seen alive, right?
Yeah, and I wonder if that's kind of what Quanell X was insinuating when he says that he thinks Brittany knows what happened to Maleah, but he doesn't think Brittany knows where she is. And that would make sense. Oh, come on. My cat is like falling off my desk. I'm sorry. It would make sense that Darian took the trash out, or took the laundry basket, in addition to the trash bag and the bleach and all of that stuff was on the 3rd. So I think with all this being pieced together, that maybe he was insinuating that she was there, or she saw it, or she was a part of it. She just wasn't a part of the disposing or getting rid of her body, which is, that's what I'm putting together now that we see this. That looks like an actual timestamp, but it is crooked. It could be it could just be how it was taken. It could be a number of different things, but I'm going to see if I can confirm that time with any other. But if that's correct, I'm going to look back and see what I can find. But I don't think she got to the airport until like 12 something.
Yeah, because that's showing the same time that screenshot I sent you is showing. This looks more professional. It is a little bit crooked, but if ABC has that posted on their site, it's probably correct.
Yep, they posted it. Oh man, my cat got some sort of drink all over my floor.
Oh my goodness.
Let me send you. Oh crap, I can't.
You want to take a second to clean up your spiel?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm right here. It's right next to me. So I'm actually going to get into, let me mute my computer. I'm going to put the link in, because I found this on my computer. I'm going to go into your live on my computer and drop the link in the chat. That way you can check it out.
Okay. I've always suspected that maybe the reason she came out and tried to say all these things about Darian and try to make him look worse than what he already did was because she was involved, but the stupid ass incriminated herself.
Oh yeah.
I've always wondered if what time she left for the airport, if she was in that apartment the last time Maleah was seen entering.
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to know that as well, because this could be very big in what happened. And I almost wonder if like police have decided that they didn't want to release that information as far as what time Maleah was following Darian back and what time Brittany was at the airport, because it's been very scarce. I almost wonder if that information is either just scarce in itself or hasn't been confirmed, and that's why it's not out there everywhere. Or I wonder, sometimes police will say, hey, can you like redact that or retract a statement, and they'll go back and they'll update it, because I haven't seen it in very many places. You know what I mean? So I almost wonder if they're trying to hide that so that people don't think that they're piecing together the fact that it is in fact her. And that she has a partner.
Right. Let's see.
It's definitely a possibility.
I'm on the link you sent me.
You have to go down just a little bit. I think it's like halfway through.
Okay.
I swear this cat is a huge mess.
Okay. I see it. But I don't see a time and date on it, the one I'm looking at.
Go down.
Okay,
it's the next one.
Okay. I got it. I was at the wrong one. It says 4:30, 7:54, 3 seconds. That looks pretty legit to me. I mean, there is false news, fake news, as Trump says, but this, I don't think that is.
With all the people that get upset that things are not, I mean, I even get it on my channel when something's not 100% confirmed, and I'm no national news source, you know what I mean? But I even get people like, oh no, that's fake. Oh no, that's not right. That's not from this time. I would think that if they started to get those sort of comments, I would think that they would have to try to vet that information, or even if they put it out in the very beginning, they would still want to try to vet what they have already put out there.
Girl, let me tell you what somebody commented the other day, and I didn't block them. I just reported their comment as spam because I'm not putting up with that crap. They said it was under the Elizabeth Shelley video. And this lady says, this is classic exploitation of a child. Just saying.
People are so stupid. What?
Like this, it's on the news, people. It's all over the news. So why single me out and say I'm exploiting a child? I'm definitely not. I started my own crime channel so I could discuss crime without people jumping on me for my opinion. These cases really upset me when it involves a kid, and I didn't appreciate that woman saying that.
Good stuff all the time, and I get people saying that about anything and everything, and I just feel that there's a reason. Like, I pick and choose what cases that I cover, and there's a reason for it. But when I do cover cases like this, it's because, one, we need to raise awareness, because someone could get away with something. You never know what could happen. And two, there have been so many cases that are so similar coming into play. Like, you have Elizabeth Shelley, who's 5. You have Maleah Davis, who's 4. You have AJ Friend. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many that have happened in the recent few weeks, or the past few weeks, that people just don't know. And there are a lot of people who will not watch the news. Like, I don't watch the news. I just look at things online. I'm selective. I look at what I want to look at and what I'm interested in. And there are people that are going to view our channels but not view the news. And it's important we tell what's going on, because the news also has requirements they have to follow. They can't give the whole story. They could not post the whole 5-hour Chris Watts confession because of the content, the things that were said, also the time, you know what I mean? But we have that opportunity. We have the platform, and I feel it's necessary. If we don't cover it and say everything, who's going to? You and I were both abused as kids. If we don't stand up for these people and their family isn't standing up for them, who the hell is?
Exactly. I do it because I care. I'm not trying to exploit any children. And anyone that watches me or you would know that. We actually care about these kids that go missing. And we're trying to bring awareness to abuse and how CPS has case overload. And,
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Carolina girl, I agree. If someone doesn't like discussing true crime, then move along. I love it. Yes.
Exactly. Don't leave rude ass comments. I mean, God, it just annoys me. It annoys me for someone to say some shit like that. I don't usually bring up comments, but shit like that, I want people to know I don't exploit children.
Oh, no, for sure. People need to get over it. I think some people just get frustrated and they realize if they comment on NBC or they comment on their local news that they're not going to be heard. They're not going to upset somebody, because it's just going to be lost in translation with everybody else's comment. But when we only have so many people in one live stream or watching a certain video, they know that when they comment, they're going to either ruffle our feathers or they're going to be heard, or maybe both, and they know that, and that's okay. I was saying the other day, like, dang it, when you're upset, are you just going to go, like, if you're upset with live PD and what they showed, are you just going to go rip A&E a new one? But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I totally just like my local station the other day was doing something, and they were playing late night TV, like the 9, 10, 11 slots or whatever. And they kept going back to like the Young and the Restless from earlier in the day. And I tweeted, I was like, can you all just like hire my hubby? I'm sure he'd be way better than whoever's doing that. And then as soon as I did that, I was like, oh, this is what people do to me.
Yes, yes, Katie, don't do that. I never comment, I never comment anything negative or say anything to anybody unless it's something really bad,
Yeah.
I'm going to point out X's page.
I agree, Shinon. I want to comment. Shinon says that's the other thing. How many of these cases have CPS involvement? I don't know about the Shelley case. That kind of seems like it's a one-off situation where it was a relative that came over and he took advantage of the little girl in this situation. But
hey, Katie, they were partying that night.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard that. So I've kind of heard that he wasn't the best guy. He didn't graduate high school, which isn't the end of the world. I mean, I know a lot of people like that, whatever. But I guess he was known to steal. He was known to do some kind of shady things, but nobody really thought that he was violent. And I guess he was kind of estranged. I think he was bounced from house to house, is my understanding, or maybe bounced from situation to situation. And it sounded like his life just wasn't very stable, and he's only 21. So it sounds like, his sister and husband were kind of drinking, hanging out, and they invited him over to do the same. And next thing they know, they went to bed. I heard the 911 call yesterday from the dad, and it was really hard to listen to because he starts to like kind of defend the uncle. And I know you don't ever want to jump to conclusions and think like, I would hate to think that would be something my brother-in-law or my brother would do to my child. You know what I mean? Like, put yourself in those shoes. But that's really hard for me to listen to.
But they knew. But they knew, Katie, they knew how he acted and what alcohol did to him. So why were they partying with him? Because when he drank alcohol, he stole cars, he done this and that. But like you said, I guess they never thought he would do anything to his own niece, right?
Yeah, I agree.
But it's still... I mean, kind of to me, I feel like they put her in a bad situation and something bad happened. I don't want to blame them. I mean,
sure.
It was kind of confusing to me. They said the last time she was seen alive, she had a tank top on and jeans. I know kids fall asleep in their clothes. I wonder if she really had that on or if she was missing that outfit. I know they found some clothing buried, but I think it was like a little skirt or something.
Yeah, it was like a skirt with tights. I think they even said it was like a turquoise or a blue color or something, and that kind of confused me too. But they made it sound like that was what she may have been wearing, or that was hers. I get confused because it hasn't, like, bear with me, guys. Like, I was sexually abused as a kid. I don't know what her uncle's intentions were, but if he changed her, or if there was, I don't know, what other reason would you have to murder a 5-year-old? She's done nothing to you. It's my understanding her parents put her to bed. I used to know some crazy freaking weirdo who would, like, if you were sleeping, they would like come and like lean over you and stare at you and watch you sleep. And it freaked me out. I never wanted to be put in a situation like that. Like, I don't know what in the world his agenda was, but he was like a year or two younger than me, and it freaked me out. If you could only imagine what this 5-year-old girl was thinking when there's a 16-year difference and she's supposed to trust her uncle, whatever he did to her, I just don't understand what the intent or the reason would be, unless there was some sort of sexual thing. And that sucks. And that makes me so angry, like shaking. It makes me want to punch the face. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and then for him to just disappear, like, he told his attorney yesterday, or he told his attorney 2 days ago that he knows he did wrong. and that he just wanted to let the family know where Lizzie was. Okay, so you did this much and now you want to help your sister? Piece of shit.
Yeah. I would say that he sexually assaulted her. I would like to know if she had, I hate to say this, but clothing on when she was found. It seems like she may not have had clothes on if he buried her skirt. He may have dressed her to look pretty for him, the sicko, and put a skirt and tights on her. Someone
Yeah,
in the
that's what
chat,
I
they
was
said,
thinking.
Carolina girl said, that she had a skirt with lace, she thinks.
Yeah, it was like a tealish blue, and there was some tights involved, and yeah, I just to hear that the last time that Dad saw her was, I don't know, it was kind of weird. I guess maybe because he had been drinking, but he was like, yeah, it was around like 1 or 2 that he last saw her. I don't know if he like checked in on her or if that's when she went to bed. That was kind of interesting, but he I don't know. I mean, I guess I try to put myself in the I don't ever want to know what it's like to have a missing kid. I don't ever want to know what any of that is like, but I try to put myself in their shoes and be like, okay, how would it be? What would I feel like? What would I be going through? And I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but it's kind of hard in this instance where you invite someone over that you know has been up to no good in the past, then you invite him to drink, and he's told people he does crazy things when he drinks. It sounds like he blacks out and doesn't remember. And that honestly could have happened in this scenario. He knows ultimately Lizzie's gone. Lizzie's dead. He knows where Lizzie could be found, but maybe he doesn't remember. Maybe he woke up in the middle. I don't know, but it's just a mess. And I feel awful for everybody involved.
I want to try to find this 911 call and play it.
Yeah, it is. Let me see if I can find it for you. I actually, you know what, girl? I ripped it. Hold on. I can send it to you.
Okay, well, send it to me because I just pushed play on something. I don't want to play their daggone news. You know how they are. Uh-oh, go live. No wonder nobody's here. Go lightly's live.
Jeez, okay, I just ripped it. Let me find it. Crap, what did I do to, oh, it's because it's audio. Let me see how I can send this to you. All right, let's see.
She must be, go lightly went live. She must be mad. Everybody's talking about her last night.
You're so funny. You know what? I don't talk about people, but I'm upset she talked about my friend and revealed.
Yeah, you leave. Yeah, she needs to leave Ems alone.
Ems is one of the most sincere people I've ever met in my life, and that's just not okay.
No, it's not okay. She said,
right,
you know what? Did you send it to me?
Yeah, it's 6 minutes and 16 seconds. You should be able to hear the whole thing, and it's redacted, but it's not redacted as much as the other ones. Some of the other ones, they didn't even say Lizzie's name. They were like, you know, what's her name? And they blocked out everything. This at least says Lizzie's name and some of her information. I don't understand what would be the point of redacting all of that. Unfortunately, she's deceased anyway, but this was one of the best ones I found.
Yeah, hold on just a minute. Let's see. I didn't get anything. You just wrote downloading audio. It didn't see it.
Okay, it's gonna take a second then, I bet.
Okay, there it comes. There it comes.
I was gonna say it's long, so maybe, well, not long, but
okay. We're gonna play it. We'll listen to it real quick.
My daughter is
Hold on.
How old is she? She's 5. Okay, what's her name? Elizabeth Shelley. What's she wearing? Last night when she went to bed, she was wearing a red tank top and blue jeans. What time did you last see her? Last night when I went to bed. What time? I went to bed at 1 or 2 in the morning. Okay. Okay. Any idea where she might have gone? Any family members nearby? Her uncle, her mom's brother slept over. He's gone too. His skateboard sits there, but we woke up and the front door's wide open and we can't find. Okay. What's the uncle's name that stayed the night? Alex. Okay. Do you know where he went? It's still here. I have no idea. Okay. Just woke up and gone. And I don't know what to do. Okay. I'm just going to keep asking get you the best help, okay?
Okay.
All right. What time did you just wake up and find her missing?
Like 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Searching the house in the yard.
All right. And what's Alex's last name?
Whipple.
Spell it for me.
WHIPPLE.
Okay. Have you checked all of the closets and under the beds and everything? Make sure she's not hiding? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you there by yourself?
My wife, her mom, is here too.
Okay. My partner's got him headed that way. We're already putting out an attempt to locate on your child, okay? I just need you to stay with me and answer my questions.
Okay.
Alright, I know it's scary. I'm going to ask you some physical questions about your daughter, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Is her last name Shelley? Shellly?
EY.
EY? Okay. Where was she born?
She was born in Utah.
Okay. Does she have a middle name?
Her middle name is Jessica.
Jessica? Okay. Alright, how tall is she?
3.5 feet.
Okay. What color is her hair?
Her hair's brown and goes just past her shoulders by a few inches.
Okay. What race is she?
She's Caucasian.
Okay. How much does she weigh?
About 40 pounds.
Okay. What's her date of birth?
December 10th, 2013.
Okay. What color are her eyes?
Her eyes are brown.
Okay. Does she have any scars or marks or wear glasses?
No.
No birthmarks or anything?
No, I don't think so.
Alright. And she doesn't wear glasses, correct?
No, she doesn't wear glasses.
Okay. What is your name?
My name is Dietrich Black.
Spell your first name for me so I have it right.
It's Butrich.
Alright, does she have any health issues we need to be aware of?
No.
Okay.
No, she's healthy.
Okay, is there any sort of custody dispute going on?
No.
Okay. We don't need to worry about another parent picking her up without permission or anything?
Haven't seen her biological father in years. I don't think so.
Okay. Does Alex live in Providence?
No, he's in Logan.
He lives in Logan. Okay.
I think.
Does Alex have a cell phone number that you can call?
No, I don't have his number. I tried calling him on Facebook and he didn't answer.
Okay.
Did you say his phone is here?
Alex's phone is at the house?
That's what my wife is telling me.
Okay.
His phone, his hat, his skateboard.
Okay. Alright, have you made contact with any friends or neighbors close by?
No.
Okay.
We called my wife's stepmom because Alex was staying with her weekly. So we called her to see if she had heard from Alex.
Okay. Alright, we're updating the officers with information, okay? I'm going to go ahead and let you go. If she returns, call me back immediately on 911. They'll be there shortly to speak with you, okay?
Okay.
Alright, good luck, Dietrich.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Wow. So he left his skateboard and everything there. Let me get back to the chat. Could y'all hear that okay?
Hey, so that's the first time I realized that that's actually not her father that called. That's her stepfather or her mother's boyfriend.
Yeah, I just realized that. I thought it was her real dad too, but he just, he said she hadn't been a real dad in years, which is sad.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I know family members like that. Like my husband hasn't seen his real dad in half of his life. I've never met him. I probably never will meet him. His stepdad is dad to me. You know what I mean? So I mean, maybe that's the instance. I don't know. Do you know if the mom and I guess his name was Dietrich? Do you know if they were married?
I think that's her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. And he said that Alex's skateboard and phone was there. He must have got drunk, and like he said, he blacks out, and he must have went up and done something to that little girl. He probably took her from her room. He probably dressed her, took her from her room, and went and did some bad things to her. And we know he murdered her.
If I remember correctly, when they asked him why he didn't take his things, because I think he left his hat, his cell phone, and I get his skateboard, I think, or maybe it was just his skateboard and his cell phone. But I'm pretty sure they said that when they asked him why he didn't take those, that he said he didn't need them. Okay, what? Why? Who says at 21 years old they don't need their cell phone? I can understand the skateboard, but the cell phone?
Linda from Lisa from West Virginia, she said supposed to have been, but was wearing jeans. I can't figure that out. She's talking about the skirt and stuff they found, but when the dad calls 911, he says jeans and a tank top, right? And that's what the articles reported. So that's kind of a little confusing.
I agree. Yeah, it's
maybe he was a weirdo. Maybe he just took that skirt and tights for, I don't know, some sick reason.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, they seem like I don't know. It all seems weird. I don't know. Either they don't know exactly what it was that she was wearing, or he changed her, or someone is lying. So I can tell you, someone says, like, can you imagine being on the phone with 911 and knowing you killed the little girl? I think, see, the who we're talking about though, Birdie Bug, the guy that was calling 911 was actually not the guy who has been charged with murder. The guy who's been charged with murder was her uncle, and the guy who was on the 911 call is, I think, the mother of Lizzie's boyfriend, is what I'm understanding. The one thing I do want to say though, like, I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, I've called 911 before. I've called because there have been cars in front of me where, like, there was one guy who almost hit 3 cars in front of me on one main road. This was just a couple months ago. And I watched him almost slam directly into the back of a construction truck where there were cones and everything. I'm like, you weren't supposed to be in that lane. And then the guy swerved over and almost hit me. I had to get into another lane so he didn't hit me. I immediately called 911. Like, this is the license plate number. This is what it looks like. Please, like, get this guy off the road. Something's going on. And I, like, my blood was pumping, and it gets like that even talking about it. So, and that I didn't even know this guy. I had nothing to do with it. I've had to call because my ex-husband tried to break into my house and tried to kill me. I remember being terrified out of my mind, and I called, there's only been a few times, and I've called when there was a dog fight. I was in the middle of it and I thought I was going to die, and I'm like freaking out, and they're like, sit down, don't pass out, and your blood gets pumping. And I watched back this winter, same road that I called on this guy who was driving crazy, may have even been the same darn person. This guy, it was snowing. He ran into a house off of the side of the road, literally ran into a house, reversed, continued to go, and never even stopped. Like, the only reason that they stopped is because they couldn't immediately reverse because of the snow. They were stuck. And I'm like, if somebody hit my house, I would hope that somebody would call and do the same for me, because can you imagine insurance costs for a structural damage to a house? There are reasons to call, and every single time I've called, even when there's been times where it's involved me with a dog fight and my ex, but the other times had nothing to do with me, and I still blood pumping, you're freaking out, they're asking you questions, and you're just rambling, so I don't know, maybe that's how he was feeling. I know he's a guy, and I know guys handle their emotions differently, but something's weird about that call, though. Something's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he hesitated when he was asked questions. That's probably because he is the boyfriend. I mean, he hesitated when she asked if she had any birthmarks. I mean, a normal parent would know automatically if they had birthmarks.
Oh, for sure.
I was told by someone that lives in the town who watches us that family was a little bit out there. And
Gotcha.
so I was assuming that maybe they had a reputation for partying.
Oh, you know what? That could be it. Or maybe, I don't know if it's the other side of partying. We know they were drinking.
Yeah.
Not gonna say, you know what I'm talking about. You never know. I mean, there you could do something that you wouldn't normally get caught doing, or you could be in your everyday life doing your normal things that wouldn't be okay to normal society, and nobody would ever know until something like this comes up, and then it's like, oh, these people are awful. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. It doesn't even have to be like that, but it is.
Yeah.
When do we find out about people cheating and people, stuff like that when someone's been murdered? We find out all of their dirty laundry. Literally, we're going to find out everything about that family there is to know, even if they have nothing to do with it. And that makes me sad. That sucks. Like, when I look at these cases, I want to know about Alex and I want to know about Lizzie and maybe the relationship between Alex and Lizzie's mom. But I don't feel like it's necessary to bring up all of their dirty laundry when they don't have anything to do with it. Unless they do. I don't know. That call makes me curious,
Yeah. I would like to know if CPS has ever been involved. Maybe not, because it's not being in the news. I think it would be if they had ever been reported before.
I would think so too, but so I was trying to look up in the area. I was trying to look up court records for Alex, and everybody does things differently. I'm pretty good at this stuff, and every state and every county and every city does things differently. And I did not have access easily to those sites. There was actually the way that you could find them out. Now, news companies and agencies and stuff like that probably have access, but you have to sign up and pay a fee to sign up. And then I think theirs was a monthly based fee. You have to pay, it was like $35 or $40 a month. I don't ever look up anything in Utah. So what am I going to look up? You know what I mean? And I wasn't going to pay $100 for this case or whatever, but I think that may have something to do with it. You have to go through the chain of command to request the Freedom of Information Act, and that can take some time. So I bet you we're going to hear more information as it becomes available. I just think that there may be a delay because of that. I don't think it's as easily accessible as Maleah Davis. So Maleah Davis's case, they actually had news agencies that recovered some of the documents that were filed in family court, and those ended up being sealed after the fact. And I don't know if you know this, but you probably do, but actually there are a lot of news agencies that especially are local, and then a lot of the national ones have been served cease and desist orders or gag orders. They're not allowed to talk about the documents they have. So that's one of the only times I have ever heard of a court issuing a gag order on the media. That's almost unheard of. It doesn't happen. You can't gag the media most of the time. It's free speech. People have a right to know. I think it's because they came across some documents that they since sealed. And I'm in a gag order right now in a medical malpractice case. I can't talk about it, but guess what? The news can sing about it all day long. They can say whatever they want. Any public document, they can read it word for word. So there's something going on where they don't want, literally the media is gagged in Maleah Davis's case. And it's pretty messed up. It's pretty messed up.
There must be something in there about Brittany Bowens that they don't want anybody to know yet, because they're still investigating her. And I am just about sick of waiting on them to charge her. So I'm going to sign that petition on change.org, because that lady, she left Maleah with someone she knew had abused Maleah before.
True. No, absolutely. There's definitely something going on. And I think I said in my live yesterday, I think people are going to be upset. I doubt, this is my opinion completely. I might be 100% wrong, but what I've seen in the cases I've kind of reported on and cases I've investigated on and stuff, most of the time in instances like this, she's going to be charged with a slap on the wrist, some sort of neglect. It's not going to make people happy unless they can prove that she was there, unless they have evidence. And this might be why they're trying to hold timestamps. Maybe this is why we don't know, we don't have the full information because the media is not allowed to give it. They have to be very careful what they report. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with all of this. And I feel that eventually Darian's going to be charged with probably aggravated murder. Depending on what he did, probably child abuse and neglect. If they can prove that Brittany had something to do with her being abused in the past, they have not concluded their CPS investigation. That is still ongoing. They can still charge her even though she's deceased. They can still charge her with things that she's done in the past. So there could be charges, related to her brain injury that could come about. And I know it's going to upset people if and when she's not charged with some sort of murder. But I just want people to be prepared for that because I think she's going to be charged. I think that they're holding their evidence. And I also think that maybe one of the reasons why they've gagged the media is because either corruption or somebody messed up. We know CPS messed up somewhere by giving, or you know what? I don't want to blame CPS. I'm pretty sure it was the judge in this instance gave the kids back. Somebody messed up somewhere. I'm not happy with the judges in my city because they've been screwing me around for 5 or 6 years. And, the people in our city fund these judges in the medical malpractice world. These healthcare systems fund these judges, so the judges don't give a damn about me. CPS can be very similar in instances where kids, it's hard to determine when a kid should go back to the parents and when they shouldn't. And if a judge has done something messed up, this could come back on them. They may be wanting to hide that judge's name. They may be wanting to protect that judge. I've heard the judge's name somewhere at some point, but I haven't seen it since. So something's going on where they don't want that information out, but it could be related to Brittany and her charges in the future, and or something that went down in the CPS case or some of the trials or something like that.
Well, she just like that girl in what's her name? Courtney Bell. Was her name Courtney Bell? Brittany Bell? She put her child in danger. She is no different than that Courtney, and her ass should be charged. I mean, 1LX, I've been doing a little research on him. He is a little shady. I think he quit representing her for 2 reasons. One, it was making him look bad, and 2, he knows that she was involved more than what she is saying. I wouldn't be surprised if she was there when Maleah was murdered.
Yeah, I don't. Now that we're finding out that timestamp is from 7 something in the morning. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see if I can Google when she went to the airport or when her flight took off.
Yeah, see if you can find that.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. Let's see. Okay. This says crap.
No, Maleah's not been found, one love. Good morning, by the way.
Let's see if I can find it here.
Then we have this missing mom in Connecticut. They found blood evidence in her house. They believe that someone has done something bad to her.
Yeah, that's breaking my heart.
Yeah, she was terrified of her ex too.
Yeah, did you know that he owed her parents, her mother and her deceased father, $1 million. I don't know what he thought, if he killed his wife. I don't know what he thought. I was thinking maybe it was the money thing, but I don't know what did he make.
It's the kids. It's the kids, I believe.
Yeah, there's the kids too, but he's not allowed to see him anymore. A judge ruled against that, and they've got an armed guard out there at the apartment in I don't know, something like that in New York. Yeah, there's no way that he's getting to him now.
Has he already went to court? I knew he filed a petition when he wasn't allowed to see the kids. but
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
read
know.
this one that it was they ruled, let me look for sure, but I'm pretty positive they ruled in the favor
Oh,
of the mom, of the grandmother.
oh.
Yeah, thank
Well,
goodness.
well, I take your word for it. I missed that this morning.
Oh no, hey, I want to make sure too, because sometimes there's all kinds of crap that gets put out there, and I want to make sure that I'm correct too.
Well, the video I did this morning, the article I read had just come out this morning, and it said that he had filed a petition, but maybe they didn't know at the time, you know. Thank you,
Yeah.
Christina64. Yeah, Cindy, I read that he wanted to move his mistress in to that home while she was there. How crazy.
Wow. What? I didn't know about a mistress. I'm behind. Holy crapola.
Oh, yes, honey. He had a mistress. That's one
Oh,
reason they divorced.
I cannot. I knew she just abruptly left overnight. That was one case I just heard about yesterday. Well, I heard about it the day before, but I just started looking into it yesterday. And I was finding out some of the information, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This guy seems like he's a real winner.
Right.
Let me see. Someone's put, I'm looking at that article that someone just put in the chat.
Oh, Bertie put, it says,
This says when Darian Vince left for the airport, but I don't think it says when Brittany left. I'm in a Facebook group that there was a bunch of stuff that was on there, so I'm going to look at it in here.
the article Bertie put was when they found Maleah's blood in the apartment.
People keep asking what time her flight was, but I don't see a whole lot of answers.
I thought I saw someone new in the chat. Now I can't find their comment. Oh, Eddie Mack. The mistress
Hey,
was a paramour. Hey, Eddie. Welcome. Yeah, one left. Sonny is a mod. Oh, actually, I caught him on a video this morning. I heard him cockadoodling, and he was at the chicken coop. Thank God he finally found the sister wives. We make Sonny a mod so he can flog anyone that gets out of line.
That's awesome. You're so funny.
He tried to attack me this morning again.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Funeral date.
It's 80. Sorry. I said 80. It's 80. I think we have had this discussion before, 80. You know, I'm bad at pronunciation, girl. Oh, Lisa, I'd love for you to be my neighbor. I tried to make you a mod earlier, and I was like, why won't it let me? It's because I'm on Sunny's account. Let me switch to my own.
Okay, so this is really hard to find. Okay.
Well, just take your time.
Some people are saying that they read that they both left at 9:30 together. He left for work and she left with Jeanette, her friend, for the airport. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's what somebody is saying. Someone said, Jeanette said that Darian had to work that morning at 9. I'm assuming that's why she asked me, I guess, to take her to the airport. Okay, that's interesting.
So, okay, go back over it again. I was looking at the chat. She left at what time to go to the airport?
They were saying that Jeanette apparently said, her friend apparently said that Darian had to be at work at 9.
Who watched
And
Maleah?
yeah, that's what people were asking. Like, who in the heck? And that she left around the same time with her friend Jeanette, and Jeanette had confirmed that she did the same thing.
Oh, wow. Well, we need to find out what time that witch left for the airport. She's a piece of
Well,
shit, in my opinion.
someone is saying that the godmom, which is Jeanette, stated that she picked Brittany up on April 30th at 9:30 a.m.
Do what? She was picked up at 9:30.
Yeah, so that would be an hour and 45 minutes after she was last seen with Darian.
Oh, so she could be more involved than just leaving her there in abuser's care. She could have been taking part in it. Let me tell you something. If you allow someone to abuse your child, molest your child, you're just as guilty as them, if not more guilty.
Oh, if you
Like
know,
like that woman in Georgia that let her boyfriend molest her daughter and beat her daughter while she stood there. She is more guilty than him in my eyes for allowing it. I'd have cracked him over the head with something and killed him if I'd walked in and caught him doing something to my kid.
right? Like I don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And people like this is what makes me hate people. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, Lisa, I love you. You're welcome. You're always in here. I have tons of mods.
I do too. If I like you and I can trust you, you're usually one of my people.
Yeah, you have to watch. You got to make sure you know them and trust them because a mod can ruin your channel.
Absolutely, I agree.
There's my Samara. Good morning, Samara.
Hey, Samara. I haven't seen you in a bit.
Oh, Samara, prayers for you. Email me if you need to talk, or Google Hangouts is the best way to get a hold of me.
Hey, Samara, me
Because
too. I totally understand, going through personal stuff.
Yeah. Me too. Thank God everything's kind of smooth for me right now, except for my brother showing his ass again. He's a bad addict.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's on that methamphetamine. He's about to kill my mom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's not. He's not. She hated to do it, but he's not allowed at her house. While he's under the influence.
Oh, I don't blame her.
She just can't do it. She just don't want it around her or my son.
Okay, so oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I don't want to talk about him. Go ahead.
I'm looking at the document that was actually filed. This is the charging, what is it called? I don't know, the charging instrument or the charging document against Darian. And what it says in here that has been confirmed and released is the defendant stated the Eurofiant has verified via flight records that on Tuesday, April 30th of 2019, the defendant's girlfriend / Bowens left the state via airplane and was set to return on May 3rd, 2019, leaving the defendant to care for the children. So it says that they verified via flight records that on Tuesday she left, but it does not say what time. It does not say anything else until, as far as like a time is concerned, until that Saturday, May 4th, when apparently Darian was said to go into the Methodist Sugarland Hospital, and at 11:21 p.m. he made an outcry that Maleah was missing. That's the only time that's referenced in that paragraph relating to anything about flight records. So unless there's something that was filed additionally that we can't see, or unless there was something that might have been released in a press conference that I'm not seeing, it doesn't even sound like they released the time that she left. It's kind of interesting to me that they released the time that Darian was last seen with Maleah, but they didn't release anything about Brittany leaving. Did Brittany leave before, or did Brittany leave after? Why are you leaving it out? Why are you leaving this? Why? I don't know. I don't understand why.
I believe they got enough to charge Brittany Bowens, but they're holding off on it, hoping that Darian will tell where Maleah's at.
Well, he's a lovely piece of work, so.
Yeah. Christina says she's having trouble walking this morning. Christina, I can relate to that. Some days I can't hardly walk, so prayers, girl.
Yeah, same.
Someone said they was asking me if I seen a video. Let me see who that was.
Absolutely, Edie. If they have video of that, unless for some reason, like it was someone just taking personal video, they would have it. Or unless it was motion censored and for some reason, Brittany or Darian or whatever, like didn't hit the trigger for the motion. I know that happens sometimes. Like if you hit the right spot on a certain camera, you're not going to trigger it if it's only motion sensed. So I'm curious of that. I also saw a picture. People were saying that it was the back of her apartment, but then people were also saying it was the back of her mom's apartment. But I was told that at one point, or I read that they all lived together, like Brittany's mom, Brittany, and Darian. I don't know if that was still true at the moment when all of this happened, but there was a picture of the back of the apartment building, supposedly. I meant to compare the back building with the other pictures that we saw in surveillance and see if I can compare like the building colors and texture and stuff and see if it's the same. But if it is, there was a privacy fence that like, it kind of looked like there was a sliding door that went out the back. If they lived on the main level, if she stood on a stool or something and had something, or if she wanted to fall back behind her, she could have jumped that thing. Like there was a way to get out if she lived on the first floor and if that was in fact her apartment building.
That is one messed up family. One love asked me if I seen her half sister's interview. I only saw like a split second of it. If anybody has the link to it, could you share it with me? I'm just going to say this. I did see about the grandmother was asked when the last time she saw Maleah, and she said it was like on, or heard from her, like on a Monday or something. So, lady, you didn't check on your granddaughter all week?
Yeah,
While her
that can
mom was out of town? What kind of people are y'all? Like, my mom drives me crazy calling me, checking on my son.
I know, right? I'm quite confused about this. Do we know if they still live together? Because if they all three still live together, the mom,
I don't
Brittany.
think so.
Okay, at one point they did. At one point they all lived together. It was Brittany, her mom, and Darian. And I think that was when Darian mentioned about his mail route and about how he knew where to hide a body.
Yeah, they used to live together. When Maleah got her head injury, they were living with Brittany's mom, Brenda.
Okay.
That's why Brenda, when the kids got took, couldn't get Maleah and her sibling. Because Brittany and Darian lived there. So Darion's mother supposedly took the kids in.
Okay, that makes more sense. I wonder when they moved out. I wonder when they would have gotten their own apartment then.
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. They probably did it right before they got Maleah back, probably. Because how long was she taken? How long was she gone from them?
A couple months, I think. It wasn't very long at all. I'm not. Jeez.
Hi, Meg.
It's like 2 months. Hey, Meg. I didn't say hi to Christina 64 or Stan.
Okay. If she was gone from the home for 3 or 4 months, then that means they probably got the apartment when they were trying to get the kids back, because they lived with Brenda when the kids got took. Right?
Yeah, and she was the one that supposedly urged them to go to the hospital.
Yeah. That whole family's weird.
No one would have to urge me to go to the hospital with my son. Like, I just don't understand that. How do
you? Yeah. Yeah. She's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's sick. It is seriously sickening.
I told you from the beginning, Quanell X has dug her grave. That guy from Investigative News or whatever. Yeah. He calls him Malcolm X.
I accidentally referred to him as that just unintentionally because it's so close, you know, and you get the X and you get what you've heard in history, and it's just, I don't know, but
yeah.
I was trying to watch him last night. He said he's going to be live on Facebook now because he's having issues with, I guess, his live stream. So he's only going to upload videos on YouTube, and then his lives now about Maleah are actually going to be on Facebook.
Oh, well, I got to go follow him on Facebook. I absolutely love that guy. I do not agree with everything that he says, but I love how he tells it like it is. And he's kind of funny when he's doing it, when he calls her like a bitch or calls Cornell X, Malcolm X. I mean, just the way he says things. It's not a funny situation, but sometimes how he words things, you know?
Oh, for sure. I mean, sometimes like people get mad at me because they're like, "That's not funny. You shouldn't do that." Blah blah blah. I'm like, I understand, but at the same time, like I laugh at myself. I laugh at sort of how I like lose my cool on people sometimes, and I also like sometimes you have to make light of a really crappy situation. How else are you going to see the light at the end of the tunnel? And if you're seriously like monotone and just like I don't know, don't enjoy anything about anything, no one's going to watch you. So there's no point in even putting your crap out.
Shirley says she's a little bit behind on the cases. Well, Shirley, if you need us to recap on anything, just let me know.
Yes, girl.
Let's see, One Love put the link to the interview with Brittany Bowens' half sister in the chat. Thank you, One Love, for that. I'm going to check that out after I get off of here. I may try to somehow put her little interview up some way. I'll have to edit it a little bit so I don't get in trouble. But hey, if it's on Facebook, it's public. You know, if you do a live stream on Facebook, it's public.
If it is something that only one news station did, then I would break it up in less than 15-second increments. I don't know exactly what the requirement
is. This is her Facebook. This is her Facebook live that she did.
Oh, well then, yeah, you've done Sealed Your Fate, lady. Then you can't. If that's public, that's no, never mind.
Yeah, that's her half sister came on there and was answering questions for people. I seen a split second of it.
I need to check that out. My goodness. Thank
you. It's right there. One Love up that link. The last link that's posted in the chat is the interview, Katie.
Awesome, thank you. I just pulled that up in a new tab, so I'm going to check that out when we're done.
Oh, and she posted. Okay, she posted another link. Here's the text messages between the half sister and Brittany. Oh, thank you, One Love, so much.
You are amazing.
I had to put all this in a video.
Yeah.
Christina 64. You can let the ads play if you want to. It's up to you. I mean, it does help. I usually do, like when I watch Katie's videos or anybody else's, just to help them out a little bit. But you don't have to.
Or you can pay for premium and you don't have to do it at all, and that still helps us out. That's what I do. I pay for premium and I don't have to watch anybody's commercials. I forget about it, but I can watch them.
We say hi to Olivia. Hi, Olivia.
Hey, Olivia.
Olivia's cool. I like talking to her.
I don't think I've ever seen Olivia.
She has been on my channel since I started it, but a lot of times she don't chat. But she's been a moderator for me a long time. She's a country girl.
I like them country girls.
Yeah, she don't sound too country, but she really is. It's where she's been around her city-fied husband. So long. There's another person that's a country girl that comes in the chat. Harley, she used to be mad. Everybody always says, well, you don't sound like Cece, and she's from Virginia, but people don't realize she's from Northern Virginia. They don't have a country accent. They're city-fied.
Oh, sure. People say I have an accent. I don't know why. And like people in my city say I have an accent, and I think it's because I say my A's funny sometimes. And I don't know. I talk really fast, but I'm not really sure. I don't know. People are always like, "Where are you from?"
Oh, I love you too, Olivia. Well, I think you sound normal. I mean, just like a normal person, no accent, you know.
I think everybody's not. I mean, I like accents. I think sometimes.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too. I like the Australian accent, England accent, English accent. Oh yeah, Shirley's 100% country too. Hey, Mel.
Hi, baby doll.
Well, Mel says, so funny. It's all nice and quiet here over on the dark side of YouTube. There's a shit storm brewing. Oh, hey, little man. Is your little man up?
Yeah, he's been up. He's with Dad. Dad's been on vacation, so he's been with Dad today, and he's not happy right now. So I think I'm gonna have to go and take care of the little guy.
Okay, thank you so much for coming on, being my co-host. I love you,
No
girl.
problem. Sorry, I gotta go. I just don't want to have him screaming, and you won't enjoy that at all.
Oh, that's okay. I'm getting ready to sign off too. I usually try to limit myself to about an hour. Anyways, I've got other stuff to do. We'll try to put down the video. Girl, I need you to help me with my Patreon. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to do special videos for them?
Girl, I don't know. I've got to figure it out because Water Ski Mom became my Patreon for starting tomorrow. So I got to figure out what I got to do to
I think you got to post special videos for just the Patreons to see. Maybe.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure that out together.
Okay. All right. Love you, girl. Have a good day. Bye, little man. Katie's awesome. She's really awesome. What, Lisa? You ran some people off your porch? Oh my goodness! Lock your doors, girl. Lock your doors. Oh man, one left. Kicked yourself out. Oh gosh. Well, watch the replay, Linda. I'm always late to people's chats, and I'm always watching the replay. Yesterday, I was watching M's replay, and by the time I tried to catch up, she had done ended. Anyways, I want M's coffee combo. No, I support you, girl. People making fun of you because you have an illness where you'll lose your hair is a bunch of bullshit. They're a bunch of bitches. Anybody that takes part in making fun of someone's illness and the fact they can lose their hair, it's a piece of shit in my book. I usually don't get into a lot of drama, but I'm going to stand up for Ems just like I did Bonnie. It's a bunch of bullshit. I tried to give Molly Golightly another chance and watch her. Well, to be honest, I only watched every now and then when I wanted to see what she's saying about their drama. But no. Not no more. I'm not supporting her doing that shit. The M's, they are a bunch of damn bitches. They are a bunch of damn bitches ever who took part in making fun of her. It's bullshit. I watched Diane's channel last night for a little bit, Christina. Well, actually, I watched it till the end. Now, I did miss certain parts because I put stuff on my Bluetooth speaker and I'll be around the house messing around. Plus, I was blow drying my hair and stuff way late last night, so I missed some. Yeah, Mel, it was disgusting, totally disgusting. I mean, I feel like Ems and all of us are just like a big community, a big family. I don't talk to Ems off YouTube. I talk to her on YouTube. I really like her. I respect her. She's a good person. And screw those haters. She must just be jealous of you. You are competition for her. And that's the same problem she's got with Makeup Monster. She's jealous of Makeup Monster because she's got competition with her. You know, that's simple as that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. Have a great day. I love y'all. Be kind. Peace. And I got ink on me. Y'all check out Sonny's video this morning. It was really good. I got him over there going to see the chicks for the first time. I looked up and got him on camera.